Welcome to our English language learning video. Today's story features Arnav, a baker in a scenic village, embarking on an adventure of self-discovery. His journey to a mysterious garden reveals essential lessons about happiness and success. Join us for this inspiring narrative, blending language learning with imagination.
In a small, picturesque village nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a young man named Arnav. Known for his kind heart and adventurous spirit, Arnav ran a small, modest bakery in the village. His bakery was famous for its delicious bread and pastries, but despite his hard work, Arnav struggled to make ends meet. One day, Arnav's childhood friend, Ver, returned to the village after many years. Ver, who had always been ambitious and a bit envious of others, had become a successful trader in the city. He boasted about his wealth and looked down upon Arnav's simple life. Feeling disheartened, Arnav decided to seek a change. He remembered an old tale his grandmother used to tell him about a magical orchard hidden deep in the forest, known to grant prosperity to those who found it. Driven by a desire to improve his life, and perhaps to prove his worth to Veer, Arnav set out to find this mystical place. Arnav journeyed through the dense forest for days, overcoming various challenges. He encountered wise-talking animals who tested his virtues, crossed treacherous rivers, and navigated through confusing mazes of thorns. Throughout his journey, Arnav helped the creatures of the forest and shared his limited food with them, displaying his inherent kindness. Finally, Arnav reached the magical orchard. It was more beautiful than he had ever imagined, with trees laden with glittering fruits of gold, silver, and precious gems. A wise old tree, the guardian of the orchard, spoke to him. The tree was impressed by Arnav's kindness and bravery and offered him a choice. Arnav could take as much treasure as he wanted and leave, or he could choose to learn the secret of the orchard's true magic. Arnav, driven by his curiosity and a desire for something more meaningful than mere wealth, chose to learn the secret. The old tree revealed that the true magic of the orchard was not in its glittering fruits, but in a special seed hidden beneath the ancient roots. This seed, when planted and nurtured, would bring prosperity, but not in the way one might expect. Arnav took the seed and returned to his village. He planted it near his bakery and cared for it with patience and love. In time, the seed grew into a magnificent tree, unlike any other in the village. It bore no gold or gems, but instead grew unique, enchanting fruits that captivated anyone who tasted them. Word of Arnav's extraordinary fruits spread far and wide, bringing visitors from across the land. His bakery flourished like never before, not just from the sales of the fruits, but also from the renewed interest in his bread and pastries. People realized that there was something special about Arnav's baking, a warmth and sincerity that couldn't be found elsewhere. Veer, who had initially scoffed at Arnav's quest, saw the transformation and felt a pang of envy and regret. He approached Arnav, expecting him to gloat. However, Arnav, with his usual kindness, welcomed Veer and shared his success without a hint of pride or arrogance. As the bakery prospered, Arnav used his wealth to help the village. He improved the local school, built a new community center, and helped others start their own businesses. The village, once sleepy and forgotten, became a thriving community, a testament to Arnav's belief that true prosperity comes from uplifting others. As time passed, the enchanted tree in Arnav's bakery courtyard became a symbol of hope and community spirit in the village. People from neighboring villages and even distant lands visited not just to taste the unique fruits, but to experience the warmth and camaraderie that had blossomed in this once quiet village. Arnav, now respected and loved by all, never forgot the lessons he learned during his journey. He often shared his story with the village children, instilling in them values of kindness, courage, and the importance of community. One evening, as Arnav sat beneath the enchanted tree, a mysterious old woman visited him. She was known as the Keeper of Tales, a wanderer who traveled the world collecting and sharing stories. She had heard of Arnav's adventure and the magical tree and wished to learn more. Arnav shared his tale with her, speaking of his journey, the challenges he faced, the choices he made, and how the tree had transformed not just his life, but the entire village. The Keeper of Tales, deeply moved, decided that Arnav's story was one that needed to be shared with the world. She spent several days in the village, speaking to the residents, understanding the impact of Arnav's deeds, and finally, she set off to spread the tale far and wide. As the story of Arnav and the magical orchard spread, more and more people visited the village. They came not just in search of the enchanted fruits, but also to learn from the villagers' way of life, which had been so profoundly influenced by Arnav's values and the magic of the tree. Meanwhile, Veer, who had witnessed Arnav's success and transformation, began to reflect on his own life. He realized that in his pursuit of wealth, he had overlooked the more important aspects of life: community, friendship, and helping others. Inspired by Arnav, Veer started to use his resources and skills to benefit others. He started community projects in other villages and even collaborated with Arnav on several initiatives, finding fulfillment he had never experienced in his business conquests. Years went by, and the village became known as a place of wonder and wisdom. The enchanted tree, now magnificent and sprawling, continued to bear its magical fruits, but its greatest gift was the change it had brought in people's hearts. Arnav grew older, and his hair turned as silver as the leaves of the magical tree in autumn. He eventually passed on the bakery to his apprentices, who had learned not just the art of baking from him, but also the values that made the bakery special. In his later years, Arnav often sat under the tree, welcoming visitors from near and far, sharing his wisdom and stories. He had become a mentor and a guide, not just for his village, but for many who sought his advice. As Arnav's legend grew, the enchanted tree stood as a timeless reminder of the journey of a humble baker who sought a magical orchard and found a treasure far greater than gold: the joy of giving, the wealth of community, and the magic of a heart that seeks to do good. And so, the story of Arnav and the magical orchard became a tale told across lands and generations. A tale of how one person's quest for change can indeed transform the world in the most enchanting ways.
If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe for more similar content in the future. Thank you for your support.